Well, again, Gundam fans, today we have robots 3 and 4 from Mobility Joint Volume 2. These are called Geara Dogas. And then we have the accessory pack, or it's called the EX. Just extra weapons and whatnot that you can add to these guys. So, I'm going to guess these are almost identical other than this antenna on that one. And maybe the guns are different, but I think the body's the same. We'll open it up and find out. There's some images of it in normal mode and with the EX parts. And then the other two castings, the new and the Sasabi from this collection. Collection came out in 2022. Sorry, it's always out of focus. It's going to be a piece of gum in here. These are called Shoku guns. And don't just throw out the box because the instructions are printed on the inside. Yeah, so that will come in handy. I mean, you can probably figure it out without the instructions. There aren't that many parts, but sometimes it helps. Some parts have some paint on them, which is really nice, but a lot of parts are going to tear off or clip off the molding runners. So it's kind of like a miniature model kit. So like all the details that you would find on the real Gundam model kits, all the panel lines, the recesses and stuff, they're there. You know, you just gotta paint it like a real model kit if you want it to look super nice. But you know, I'm okay with substandard models at this price range. If I get really bored one day, I will detail them up, and then hopefully they'll look nicer. But for now, let's just see what they are in stock form. Guess I should change the view here. Obviously, fast forward, I'm literally going to clip all these off, so this might be a while. This piece here is the mono eye. I think I'll probably add like a jewel bead there. So you can see the yellow hoses here are painted on, so that's kind of neat. But the rest I think is just this raw dark green plastic. Like I say, this dark green plastic looks okay. It doesn't look so cheap. Maybe because it is dark. Now this, well, you know, this plastic looks alright also. You don't see any of those weird wavy lines that you find in metallic plastics. There's a number 1 and 2, so those might actually be asymmetric. I think they are. I'm going to try to arrange these in a logical way. Yeah, so again, this is number 1 and 2. So I'll put this here. Three and 4, 1 and 3, okay. So this mono eye, these are like paper foil stickers, and they tear very easily. But that's the mono eye is pretty much a flat thing, so I will probably use that as well as the Xeon logo. Let's get a needle in here. This is actually a needle for an airbrush. Let that round thing go. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the other one I'll put a jewel bead in. For now, let's just go with this sticker. It is a nice shiny sticker, being a foil one. And then this must go on the shield, right? Go over the instructions, just going down here. Yes, good enough. Okay. Now these are supposed to go around the feet or somewhere else, but there's so many folds, it just never ends up well. So you're better off painting them, I think. But actually, I just don't even bother painting them. Alright, let's see about these instructions. The bottom of the head, where are you? Where are you, bottom of the head? That's the top of the head. Here's the bottom of the head. So mono eye, where did you go now? Alright, so this is cool. The other ones in the earlier collections don't have a way to actuate the mono eye. You literally have to take the top of the head apart to get to the mono eye. But this one, obviously you could just pop the head off and it'll move. And that's a really tight fit there, so I'm not sure if a jewel bead, well, I don't know, we'll see about the next one if I do a jewel bead. I'd have to recess it quite a bit. There we go. So you can obviously polish these cut marks off if you want. I like to use these nail file polishing things, but it's a lot of work, right? And yeah, I just didn't cut it properly, so I'll never save that unless I repaint it. Oh well, it's good enough. I think I want that mono a little bit more centered, like that. Okay. Torso is asking for the forearms, and it's got the peg hole, probably for the shield. And I find the forearms are usually symmetric, except for the new Gundam that had asymmetric forearms. Okay, so that's done. Now it's asking for the feet, which they did separate out. You want to have the joint hole facing the back. So, how does this thing go together? I see, there's a peg right here on the dark part, so that must go into this. Oh, I see, yeah. So, you could paint those hoses if you're so inclined. But for now, I'm not. What's nice about most Bandai things is, most Bandai models, they don't require glue. You just gotta take the time to pry them apart. But if you do paint them, the pegs will become so tight you might never get them apart again. So be mindful of that. Okay, so that's gonna peg in here. You notice this hole is asymmetric. It's not centered, so that's why they were numbered differently. And it wants to be inboard so you can get better side to side tilting here of the leg. Okay, well, it's pretty cool to see those little hoses through there. A little yellow paint would help that out, but not dealing with it right now. Okay, so pop these on up on here. Nice snapping. Hands, yeah, I find it's weird. They have ball pegs, but they can't really angle themselves because they sit flush against the forearm. So all you can do is rotate them. They're easy to add and remove, but I think it would have been nice if they actually wrote, like, angled in and out and stuff. But not the case. And then these things are always problematic. These shoulder pads, they always fall off of the actual shoulder frame. This one has a peg, so I assume the shield goes on it. And the other one is this dark color, and I saw two spikes somewhere. I don't think it matters which way these go, do they? Doesn't want to go in though. Alright, those spikes are nice, and they're molded in a way it almost looks seamless. There's also a peg here. I wonder what that's for. Well, so far I don't know. Okay. And this crotch piece. And we have two front skirt pieces that go into this ball peg thing. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's the front. Very good. Back. So the back doesn't have yellow paint on the thing either. So yeah, you'd have to repaint it all if you want it to match. And this thing, alright, see, these go on the sides, and they have to clear this, I guess. Maybe this way. Oh, this way. Yeah, alright. Looking good, looking good. And the shield, these two snap together, I guess. Some sort of friction thing there. And that's interesting. Yeah, alright, so pivots. And then you have this shield thing here. And then the peg goes into that forearm hole that we saw at the very beginning. The shoulders always fall off. That's the one serious problem that Mobility Joint has that I think could be fixed. If they put a little nub there before the slot, it would snap past, you know, and so these would be like trapped almost. I think Bandai could do it, but for some reason they don't. I don't know why. It'd be nice if they did. Okay, last bit is this shield over here. Even some back of the shield details there. Okay. So very good. Interesting. Obviously you'd have to add some color to the thrusters and stuff, but they are molded there. Oh, so that is a thruster right there. Yeah, if only these shoulder pads were more secure. Everything else feels very secure, but except for the shoulder pads. Last bit is this gun. I don't know why it has a magazine off at an angle. Although I guess that makes sense. Maybe? No, maybe it doesn't. These are sci-fi robots. It just doesn't matter. Okay, well, you can see, obviously articulate that pretty well. And there's a bit of a peg there, which I guess you can peg into the backpack. Yeah, hold on. So, yeah, you got these 4 holes here. So, yeah, that's nice that you can carry that. And this peg is for like a larger weapon that is probably the accessory pack, the EX set. Yeah, let's just leave that weapon there for now. Let's go with articulation. So you're obviously going to collide quite a bit. There's almost no forward movement. A little bit of back movement. Side to side is pretty much non-existent, but you can rotate the head. All right. So the shoulder, you can raise it. Man, of course you can raise it up and down quite a bit, but obviously it's gonna fall apart like that. I guess if you hold it that way, it works. There's a lot of movement though. I give him credit there. That's nice. And then in the torso, you have a butterfly, so you can get some front and back angling. And then if you hold that down, well, the arm, if that armor wasn't here, let's try on this side. The arm should be able to bend out, but it collides quite a bit. There. Yeah, okay. Alright, so then the forearm can rotate on that ball peg. The forearm also has some pipe details, which is nice. And then you can twist the hand. If you pull it out, you can angle it a slight bit. But, yeah, I guess that works. This is probably the better of the hand systems I've seen so far. Okay, and then the leg here can go forward and back a decent amount, because these skirts can also kind of move out of the way a little bit. And then the knee, it can actually bend like 90 if it doesn't collide with anything. And that's on a ball peg, so you can rotate that. And then the hip side flexing here is very good. The front is okay, the back is better. So, stretch. That's about as much of a split you can have with both feet totally on the table. But since these models are so light, you can pose them in more ridiculous positions. Right? So, yeah, so they're kind of cool. The feet are always hollowed out, but you know, it's most of the time you're looking underneath the feet of something, so it's not too bad. Okay, the blue one, we'll open it up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the exact same thing, except for that antenna again. Well, two different blues, so that's good. Yeah, so the blue one is exactly the same other than this, really, in the gun. So this little thing goes up in here. There. So it's got like a commander antenna. I drilled this out, put in a red jewel bead. I also went back, because I didn't like that foil, and just crazy glued a fluorescent jewel bead to that one. So this blue one came with this kind of weapon here. Alright, so you can see the differences. They are different, of course. Okay, let's let these go for a spin in their normal form. Focus, get the backgrounds out of here. I think just compare it to the Converge series. So Converge number 142 is this Geara Doga. This Geara Doga 256 is the sleeves livery. And then from a core set, we have this pink one. Okay, so obviously the size, you know, the cores is smaller, but they're all painted, so they look pretty fantastic, right? You just put the arms on, and well, actually, they just pretty much come assembled, and most 90% assembled. But there's really not much articulation in the cores, so I'll still continue collecting both, I guess, because they have different features going on. Okay, well, I think hopefully you could have paused the video by now, just to look at all the panel lines and all the little details and stuff. I think they're pretty cool. So now, let's just put that aside, and let's get into this extra parts set. And yeah, we got the gum. It also has instructions. Maybe it's not necessary. Doesn't look like too many parts, so. Yep, gotta clip off stuff again. So you have a commander helmet in green now. Yeah, maybe I won't even bother. I'm not even gonna bother with that because don't need to. Here we have it in blue. Alright, looks like we gotta put a big gun together. So we have the barrel. I don't know if I should put this barrel, I think I literally have to feed it through something first before I put it together. So this handle comes forward according to the instructions. Oh, I see. I guess it just, no. I don't know how that's supposed to happen. Unless it goes through the front. I guess must be the wrong barrel? Oh, I see. This one has a different... okay, this one has a peg on it. That's what I'm missing. Alright, so this thing goes here. Then this half of the gun has the handle on it. So those peg into this, okay. Then I sandwich the rest of the barrel. That has the front of the barrel on it. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't want to really go in easily. There we go. Okay. This little round thing with the tab goes like this. I guess it's some sort of angle. It's actually angled, it's not perpendicular. It's interesting. Oh, and then this is supposed to go somewhere on this barrel or under it. I see. So I missed sandwiching that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this again. And it goes in that direction. Let me come back. Alright, that actually wasn't that hard. I could just flex it open, get that thing in there, and then that pops under. So far that's pretty cool, right? The floating hose and all that stuff. So that's some sort of mega weapon. Then we got this giant backpack here. And there's a peg on this side. Oh, this hinge here. Oh, I'm familiar with this. This is in the Geara Zulu has the same pack. Which way does this go, though? I guess it goes like this. Right, so that just snaps, flexes over. And so now you can put Mega Cannon onto that ball peg and it'll pivot, right? Pivot forward well like that. Okay. And then this is, I don't know, maybe an antenna array. That goes on this side. I wonder if this is the same one as the Geara Zulu. I'll pull that out in a moment. I think this is the same gun, which is kind of weak. Right? And then you have these two little Panzerfaust grenades. And they can go on the shields, it looks like. You could also put them on the backpack, based on the Converge series I had. See, so that would be nice to cover up those holes. And if you want, you can... I put this shield on upside down just to be different. I wish there were more. It should have like 8 of these Panzerfausts, you know, 4 for each figure. So that's unfortunate it didn't come with more. And I feel kind of cheated, right? This versus this. I feel this is more plastic. Okay, well, anyways, I think we'll put the... No, I'm going to put this on this one. Because because like Geara Zulu is green and it has this weapon on it. So the head has a really hard time, you know, it's such a long head, unless you angle it up, and then you have absolutely no up-down movement. That hand, I think I'm gonna have to rotate. It's supposed to go on this, according to the instructions. That doesn't make sense. Unless well, you know, maybe I get the whole arm around this thing. Yeah, I guess it can work. Come on. All right. So that's down. The problem is I gotta twist this shoulder more vertical. Try to get this thing back on, which it will not. Let's angle that out. Guess that's as good as I'm gonna get that. I don't feel like it's really on there, but if I find a pose I like, I'll just post a putty in place. Alright, so that covers that whole gap up. Alright, so that is this one. I guess I'll move the Panzerfaust to the green one. And I guess, well, I'm just going to turn this hand down. Alright, so I have an extra backpack there. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, you can also put the Panzerfaust on the inside of the shield. Which is why, again, I feel like it would be nice if there were more of them. Alright, well, if I have these two guns, I guess I'll give him the gun that he came with in this hand. Although no, reloading it would make sense if it was in the other hand. So you can see how it's falling apart. So that could be annoying to some people. Raise that up. No, I don't feel like that's a good position. Alright, yeah, it's really weak that there aren't more of these. And again, this always falls off. At least it's easy to put back on. Wow, this guy's really back heavy, of course, and front heavy with these long protrusions. Let's see if I can find a balance point, otherwise I'm going to literally use that antenna as a tripod. That works. Alright, there we go. long video as always. So here's the Geara Zulu, my very first of the mobility joints. And you can see the whole weapon system is identical, it seems, right? Oh no, I'm mistaken. Look, the guns are actually different. Same theory, but the guns are different. So you can also see the shield is quite different. Yeah, I mean, it's a Geara Zulu. It's not a Geara Doga, so it's close. This stand is from my Nightingale NX Edge. Alright, well. So they're kind of fidgety, you know, like all small toys are. Yeah, I complain about it in all my small videos. But basically, my whole channel is called Small Model Collector. I complain about it a lot. But I gotta say, I think these things are still cool. I'm gonna continue to collect some more. Starting off with, you know, obviously the ones I like. Maybe if I get a good deal, I'll get the ones that I don't even like. Well, let's get this out of here. Well, thanks for watching today. And yeah, we'll see you in the next mobility joint video. Take care now.